When I moved to the bush, I realised I was going to need something slightly more appropriate than the toy car that I use for going to work. Tra-la. So what I did was I spoke to some guys at work and said, what's a good four-wheel drive? Because I don't know anything about them. The story that my friend told me was just too delicious to ignore. What he said was that in Australia, around the towns and the centres, there's every flavour of four-wheel drive. But as you start going up north to Cape Peninsula and the Gulf of Carpentaria, all of the regular four-wheel drives sort of fall off the map and they start to disappear until all you're left with is Toyota Hilux and Toyota Land Cruiser. Now, I don't know if this is true or just an urban legend, but I think it's just a fabulous story. And I thought, well, that sounds like the car for me. I wanted a truck that every single mechanic in Australia would know how to fix and would have spare parts, and they wouldn't be horrendously expensive. I looked at the Land Cruisers and the Hiluxes. Unfortunately, I can't afford a Land Cruiser, and they're very thirsty on petrol. When I looked for a second-hand Hilux, they're ridiculously expensive, even when they're ancient. So I figured that there must be some value in them. The British television car show Top Gear did a fabulous 3-part episode about how to kill a Hilux. They buy an old farmer's Hilux and crash it repeatedly. They drown it in salt water by leaving it in the sea. They drop it from tall heights, more crashing, drop heavy objects on it, hit it with a wrecking ball, and then set fire to it. Park it on a block of flats ready for demolition, and then blow it up. Whether you like cars or not, you should watch this 3-part series. It's just awesome. I've put links in the description so you can watch the series properly. So it's Hilux for me. I chose not to get the petrol because when they get to 300,000 kilometres, the engines tend to wear out. But I was told that diesels can go round to 1 million kilometres without really much difficulty. I think I like that idea better. Hiluxes come in 3 flavours. You have the 4-door, which will take 5 people easily, but has a small carrying tray. The 2-door with a big carrying tray, or the extra cab, which has 2 doors and 2 little jump seats in the back and a little bit of space to store your goods, and you can lock it up. And with only 2 of us, that seems like a better choice. I bought a 16-year-old Hilux. It's an extra cab, 2.8 diesel, and I love it. I bolted toolboxes onto the back and thought it was magical. Over the years, the steel tray has gone rusty. But I suspect it was rusty and then got repainted before it was sold to me. Unlike Top Gear, I haven't tried to kill my truck. I've had 4 years of excellent service. As well as being completely practical, it's been great fun going up and down the hills around the bush. The toolboxes bolted to the tray wasn't very practical for me. I removed them and Sarah uses them for storing gardening equipment. 4-wheel drives have an extra gear stick, but the chap who sold it showed me how to drive it. My truck is filthy and hasn't had any tender loving care for a long time. It's well overdue a thorough spring clean. I should have done this a long time ago. The fold-down tray has been absolutely invaluable on this project. It makes moving furniture very easy. Local police are very picky about using tarpaulins. If you've got anything in the back, you're meant to put a tarpaulin over it. The colourful spaghetti are ratchet straps. They're incredibly useful, but when they're in a mess like this, they're completely unusable. So I untied the spaghetti and sorted them into individual plastic bags. I carry about half a dozen short ropes, and these have proved to be extremely useful. Battery jumper cables are always useful. These jumper cables have been used more than once. I've found my tyre inflator. That will pump up the tyres, but I think mine's broken. When you go four-wheel driving, you let most of the air out of the tyres, and this is used to put it back. Unfortunately, it looks like mine is broken. Here is physical evidence that I can use the hoover. I like the extra cab model. Having the extra space behind the seats is extremely useful. This does not happen very often. This really is an unexpected treat, and I confess that I don't do this very often at all. This is the remains of the firewood logs that I brought home recently. At the beginning of our project, doing this would have been completely unthinkable. I used to have to carry in every drop of water that we used. Hose pipes didn't exist, and I certainly wouldn't have wasted water on a car. I think we've definitely progressed. Well, that certainly looks a lot cleaner. My truck is 20 years old and it's been the best vehicle I've ever bought. I think it'll go on for a very long time. I think my truck is just magic. Press subscribe to follow more of our adventures, and please press the like button if you enjoyed this video. It helps the channel. For more information about the ebooks, please visit my website at buildshippingcontainerhouse.com.